Presenting your one, your only, Mr. Brown!
Sup? Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Brown, and welcome to my show, and Holy Incense Brothers.
Hey, yo!
Today, we are reviewing the book called Sister Brothers by Patrick DeWitt. Okay, I got 5 minutes. I can no time to waste, let's go. I'm dividing this into 3 parts. Part 1 will be characters and lenses. Part 2 will be plot and world building in lenses and themes. And number 3 will be review. If I have time.
Presenting Eli's Sisters!
Thank you for having me, Mr. Brown. You suck! Brendan, shut up. Oh, Eli, the younger of the 2 sister brothers, is constantly holding the moral compass of the show and is played as the opposite of his older brother Charlie. Because of this, he presents themes of morality, such as on page 211 and 217 when he has an internal conflict if he should stay with his older brother and work for the Commodore and continue killing more people, or if he should find a better position in life. Or on page 250 to 252, where instead of killing Morris and Worm the second time they meet, he offers a truce. The roles of power structure come into play with Eli's character as well, as instead like other people at the time and his brother who wanted to gain more and more money and get a higher position in power, he offered a more modest approach to life where he would stay working as a lower class citizen or a working class citizen. Well, same thing, but you know what I'm saying. All these traits give him the role of a very modest and righteous person. Wow, no one's ever said that about me before. Time's up. Next. What? I said next!
Presenting Charlie's Sisters!
I like this. Also, do you have any rum? As if I'm gonna drink on my show. Charlie, the older of the 2 sister brothers, is seen as the more daring and dashing of the 2 sister brothers, and is a lot more cynical, and presents themes of brutality and sin. Such as on page 96 and 97, where Eli reveals that he's been infatuated with a girl, and Charlie reveals that he paid off the girl to have sex with him. And even after he told Eli, he didn't really seem to care, even though he knew that Eli liked her. That's on page 45 to 46, where Charlie kills 5 people for an axe, one of those people being a 14-year-old boy. He does this so he can get his brother out of a cursed cabin who he thought was cursed by a gypsy witch. There's multiple times in the story where Eli asks Charlie if they could settle down and live a more modest life because they have enough money to do so. But Charlie says, quote unquote, I will go bored out of my mind. All these traits of greed, lust, brutality give him the traits of a not very righteous person. So in conclusion, you're kind of a jerk. Well, this is odd. I like that dog. I don't like you.
Presenting Worm!
The hell is he? Worm, although may not seem like it, he's a genius. The way he acts and the way he talks towards others and towards himself is because of his life experiences and presents themes of nature versus nurture. As on page 274, where we get Worm's backstory about how and why he's the person he is today. His father's brutal inventions of torture gave way to his paranoia and fear. His mother abandoned him when she was 15, gave rise to his abandonment issues. Or when his wife kicked him out of the house and you really got to see the most disgusting parts of the world and really embrace that into his character. Worm born to be like this? Was he born to be a genius? Or did the world shape him into the person he is today of being violent, selfish, and disgusting? Themes of nature versus nurture also come into play with the 2 sister brothers of Charlie and Eli, where even though Charlie and Eli both grew up in an abusive household, they came out basically different people. Charlie came out a brutal murderer, and Charlie came out as a moral, righteous person. So, in conclusion, Worm is a special case. The fuck? The world of Sister Brothers takes place in the Gold Rush era in the United States of America. It was also a period of outlaws. The time period of Sister Brothers certainly plays a role and influences the characters in the story. As I said before, Charlie is able to perform violent acts of cruelty, thievery, and murder and have no consequences towards it. And because of the time period, Charlie's character is able to thrive since the world is filled with so much greed and anger. Unlike Eli, whose morals would fit more of a modest world like ours. There's also certain moments in the book where things that we do normally in our lives are seen as foreign to other people, such as Eli's tendency to always be clean. He brushes his teeth, he takes baths, unlike his other brother who sees a bath as just a way to get over a hangover and not an actual process of cleaning yourself. Cleanliness is something that also wasn't very prioritized at the time, such as in page 21 where Eli gets a tooth infection and that covers his entire face because of his lack of cleanliness. Later on page 24 and 28, Eli and Charlie go to a dentist, and the equipment that the dentist is using on Eli for his tooth infection would probably be seen as improper by today's standards because of the fact that people lack the cleanliness and don't prioritize it as much as they should in this time period, which is further proven in that page where the dentist says he hasn't had that much clients for 3 months. The time period also reflects the way that they use substances, like when Charlie and Eli get their hands on some morphine after they go to the dentist. Charlie offers that they could sell this morphine or use it for themselves, not knowing that morphine today, as we know it, is an extremely dangerous drug that can even kill people and people can get easily addicted to. Morphine? Brandon, I will send you back to the pound. Let me talk my shit. The author wanted to create a slice-life story about cowboys when they realized that, oh wait, there's a plot. That plot that should have started on page 150 and not 225. The characters in the story have characters but can only boil down to surface level attributes because Eli is an unreliable narrator and the author doesn't give us time to explore other point of views of other characters.
Mangas like Berserk, animes like One Piece, and video games like Devil May Cry use these concepts better.
The world building in the story isn't really separated from any other Wild Wild West stories and has no personality. Previous plot events and previous story arcs get overdone later on and feel like a waste of time. And I do not want you to say, but oh wait, it shows the cruelty of the world and how it can be unfair towards others. You know what story did that better? Berserk. And if the author wanted to portray that story, why did they use that as the main theme of the story instead of exploring a bunch of other themes of the story that again only boil down to surface level things? The things that I mentioned are only concepts I want to pull out of the story so I can have something to talk about. But really, there is nothing to talk about because the author does not give a shit. And also, this story was inspired by an old burnt book he found at a yard sale. If that does not say enough about the story, then I don't know what does. But what? That's it. Eli.
Security!
Put the gun down!
What?
Put the gun down!
Mark my words, Mr. Brown. This isn't the last of me. So, in conclusion, S for such a waste of time. And just remember, everybody, love everyone, and good night, Los Angeles.